What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Oh God. So they announced Punisher season 2, and part of me was real excited. I love Punisher. I've done a video or two on the Punisher before. Definitely one of my top 10 Marvel. Well, I guess the right term for him would be anti-hero, but he's always on the side of good guys, even though his ways are lethal. Okay. Season 1, for those who haven't seen it, y'all need to go and watch that right now. Stop this video, go watch that shit, and then come back. No, I'm just playing. No. Watch my video first because it's shorter, obviously. But anyway, it's a great show on Netflix. Netflix is doing their thing, or I should say was doing their thing, because a lot of their Marvel stuff is being purged from there. I think it's because Disney is starting their service, their Disney Plus. So I think they're going to be moved over there. That's just my theory. Because they took off Daredevil and they took off Luke Cage and Iron Fist. So all that's left is Jessica Jones and the Punisher. So anyway, they were talking about the villain. This guy that you're looking at right here is an actor, Josh Stewart. I remember him from Dark Knight Rises. He was one of the villains that was helping Bane. He was like one of the military guys that was helping Bane or whatever. And I know he's in a bunch of other things, but he is going to be playing a villain known as John Pilgrim. And the character is supposed to be loosely based off the villain, the Mennonite, who was also who's a Punisher villain. Why I'm making this video is because they're selling him as an alt-right Christian fundamentalist, alt-right white male Christian fundamentalist. That's what they're selling him as. And as soon as I heard that or I read it, I just cringed. I was just like, no. Do not do this. This is fucking annoying. Don't mix all this. Don't be blatant with your politics. I've talked about this shit. And it's so irritating. You see what's going on with Marvel Comics right now. I'm just talking about the book medium. Like they are not selling, because a lot of these writers are really activists. I was about to say advocates, but activists. And that's overtaking the stories, the personalities of these established characters. Like, the writing is straight shit. And that's what's going to happen once you start doing this shit, especially before the shit comes out. Like, fucking Daredevil with this last season, which was good, by the way, season 3, I highly recommend it. But, the writers came out and said, oh yeah, we're making the Kingpin like Trump and this and that. And I'm just like, I'm saying to myself, so you can't just pull any one of the million stories that Daredevil had with the Kingpin and Bullseye in it. You couldn't just pull any of that. No, you had to go and suck off liberals and say, oh no. Look, it's about Donald Trump. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Like, if you have to shill that much, guess what? You're an activist. Do that shit outside of your work. You want to go do that shit? You feel any type of way? I'm not telling you not to feel liberal or any of that shit. Go do that shit over there. You know what I mean? If you're going to write a story, I want my established characters. I want to see how they would react in a situation. No, I don't want to hear no fucking, social justice nonsense that's super blatant in the shit. If you're going to do it and you're that talented where it's subtle, but then, after I watch the shit, I get it. That's different. But if you're gonna be outright with it, like, you're an activist at that point. And a perfect example of that, again, would be the X-Men. But a good example of social justice, I'm saying. But this shit, it just makes me sick because, Punisher, again, is one of my tops. He's in my top 10. And Punisher alone, what they originally said was, when they weren't talking about any characters or what they were doing, they just said, oh, Punisher season 2, we're going to outdo season 1. Boom, I'm sold. Off the strength of the Punisher himself and off the strength of Punisher season 1, because I just got through watching that, and months later they said, hey, Punisher season 2 is going to blow away the first one. Great, I'm sold. Once you start talking about this shit, I'm done. I don't even want, I'm losing my my anxiousness, I guess. I get real giddy about the Punisher, man. Like, I really love this character, but don't sit here and start putting all this political shit in it. And I know this question is going to come in and say, well, what if it was more conservative? What if it was stuff that, you like to hear? Okay, let's put it in the Punisher's terms then. Let's say that the Punisher was talking about gun control and, yeah, this is why I support the NRA and this and that. Dude, that would be cringy as fuck too. I want the Punisher. I want the character, Frank Castle. I want him. And there's a billion stories that they could have done. They could have just done the Mennonite or, John Pilgrim and not even mention that, hey, the guy's an alt-right, this and that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to virtue signal in order to sell something. You don't need to do that because, let's put it this way, the people that you're virtue signaling to aren't fans of the Punisher. They're not. So, yeah, that's just my rant. Just listen, I was 100% in. Now I'm about, I would say, in between that 50 to 75% zone. Like, I'm still going to watch it because I love Jon Bernthal and I love the show. I hear Deborah Ann Wall is going to come back as a Karen Page. If you watch Daredevil, you know who she is, or True Blood. She lingers in between Daredevil and Punisher shows. That's it. Quick rant. Let me know what you think. Please like and share my videos. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. And that's it. Peace, bitches.